makes you understand what's really happening. Use the word that makes you understand. Okay? So, what is being created? What are we making? No, we're not making oxygen. What? We're making ATP. So whenever this is happening, what is the purpose of this? What is the purpose of this? You said it.
To make ATP.
The purpose is to make ATP.
So when does glucose come into play?
Glucose comes in when you're eating. All right? Or if we can't eat, your body is programmed. You guys don't even know it yet. It's programmed to kick in and turn your fat into energy. Okay? So when you're hungry, you're not dying, just ignore it. If you got some fat in you, even a little bit, guess what? You're gonna be okay for a while. You just have to understand that, ignore this, and know that you're gonna be fine. You understand that? Okay. Okay, so aerobic, so now ATP, so making ATP, aerobic metabolism. So metabolism, we're talking about the actual creation of the ATP. Aerobic is, we're saying that we're creating the ATP with air, with oxygen. That makes sense? Okay. So this by itself, it's actually an equation. This, when you see aerobic metabolism, it's like a symbolic equation. When you see this, you need to see this. Good. When you see this, you see this. Okay. Any questions? Okay. Let's see if I can. Why? They need to fuse both together. The promethium, how can you scroll? And then this. All right. Okay. Aerobic metabolism, ATP. Aerobic metabolism is simply a different way of saying O2 plus G equals ATP. And what is our remainder? CO2, exactly. Even though it's plus, there is actually a remainder. Because anytime we create, there's something left over, even if you don't see it. Cool? Good. All right, so now let's go over. So let's say that for some reason you're not bringing in oxygen. So let's say that one of you guys was eating a piece of steak and you guys were giggling and joking around and you guys just didn't know how the body works. So you choked. So that steak got stuck right there between the epiglottis and the glottic opening because you were having a good time laughing, not knowing that you shouldn't be laughing or eating when you're laughing or talking when you're eating.
Because like the tiny tongue can't cover the whole.
Exactly, your tiny tongue comes up because your big tongue is flopping. So you're flopping the big tongue, and the little tongue comes up and it gets stuck and you choke and you die.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how that happens. So let's say that scenario. Let's go with that scenario.
Sometimes it feels though, even like when you're not talking.
It just depends.
No, because like literally yesterday I was drinking water and I started choking.
You know what? There's something behind that, subconscious. There's just something different. You just gotta control your thoughts as well.
Everyone like says, oh, it goes down the wrong tube.
Yeah. Well, your thoughts, your words come from your thoughts. So if you're thinking something, it's gonna start reacting because it knows it's your mouth is naturally thinking, I'm about to say something because you're already thinking it. So it's part. You know what I mean?
I was alone. I wasn't saying.
You can still think alone. Okay, but that makes sense, right? Like you guys, your body reacts before the thought is even there. Like once the energy is created, it's already in place. Okay.
Likely story.
Yeah. Okay, so real quick. So choking, right? So this is the piece of the equation that needs to be fixed. For this particular equation, we have a problem. The equation needs to be fixed. Now, Now, if I put a steak in there, what is not gonna come in anymore? O2, right? So now, is blood still gonna go around? Yes, because the pump is still pumping. We just don't have any air coming in, right? So if we don't have air coming in, is this equation full? No, it's not full. So, whenever we don't have any oxygen,
Your body goes into hyperperfusion.
yes, good job. All right, so we can still make ATP because we have glucose, and that's why your body is so good at preserving it, because it's the building block, and that's why we have reserves. Okay, we still make ATP. We just don't make enough ATP to sustain us for a long time. So we need to fix whatever part of the equation is not